Our top focus in WION right now. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has promised to keep up the military pressure on Hamas, despite appeals from relatives of hostages held in Gaza for a return to negotiations after friendly fire killed 3 captives. Take a listen to exactly what Netanyahu said.
We are in a war for our existence in which we must continue until victory. Despite the international pressure and despite the unbearable cost that the war is exacting from us in our fallen sons and daughters.
The Israeli army revealed that the 3 hostages were carrying a white flag and cried for help in Hebrew when they were mistakenly fired on by the Israeli troops. The news of their killings sparked demonstrations in Israel, with the relatives of the remaining hostages expressing concern that their loved ones could be next. A funeral was later held for the hostages mistakenly killed by the Israeli army. Meanwhile, the Israeli army said that it had discovered weapons and arrested around 80 Hamas members in military activity at a hospital in Gaza. Hamas has described it as a horrific massacre. Israeli tanks and forces withdrew from a hospital in northern Gaza, leaving behind chaotic scenes as distressed civilians who say that they have nowhere to go. They were searching for bodies under the rubble. On the other hand, the armed wing of the Palestinian militant group Hamas released a video that it said shows their brigade fighters attacking an Israeli forces base in Juhur al-Dik in the Gaza Strip. According to a statement released with the video, Hamas said that it killed an Israeli soldier in the base and seized his M16 weapon as well. In the West Bank, 3 Palestinians, including a teenager, were killed by the Israeli gunfire in separate incidents on Saturday. And this is according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin departed on a multi-day trip to West Asia. Austin will be joined by the top U.S. General Charles Q. Brown for meetings in Israel in the coming few days. And as Israel's offensive continues in Gaza, the cost of war is increasing. And that in terms of lives being lost, families being destroyed, and an entire generation of children suffering endlessly as the war continues. Out of 18,800 people killed in Gaza so far, 70% of them have been women and children. The reality for children in Gaza has turned grim. From searching for toys and food through rubble, they continue to live under terror of impending death.
واحنا نايمين في نص الليل اجت طائرات قصفت المكان. هنا صار زلزال في المنطقة، مش معروف ايش صار. طلع كيف الدمار، حجم الدمار هنا، بيوت كتير راحت. يعني طلع كيف هناك ايش ذنبهم الناس احنا ايش ذنبنا في دورنا يصير فينا هيك.
Children in southern Gaza could be seen looking for their belongings through rubble after an Israeli strike damaged their homes severely. The young boy says that home held nice memories, and this is a story that has become far too common in Gaza. Amid rubble, dust and destruction, the Gazans continue to search for hope.
هذا البيت كان بقوينا، كان ذكرياتنا هنا، كل شيء هنا إلنا، حاجاتنا الحلوة هنا، بسكليتات، كل شيء، أواعي، كل شيء لنا هنا. يعني كنا ننام ونشرب وناكل هنا، فجأة كل شيء تدمر، فيش شيء في المكان ضايل، زي ما انت بتشوف ولا حاجة ضايلة ولا حجر على التاني.
Shelling has continued across northern and southern Gaza despite the international leaders calling for a ceasefire. Israel says it will not stop until they have destroyed Hamas. The top officials say that the war could last several months. So the question remains, for how long will the innocent children continue to pay the price of a collective punishment inflicted by Israel? And what future could Gaza's children possibly have left?